Hi and welcome to TTN Info TV SK channel. My name is Syed. Here I am with the latest and updated news for Tuesday 4th July 2023. Saudi Deputy Foreign Minister meets with British officials during London visit. Saudi Deputy Foreign Minister Walid Al-Qurji met with the UK's Minister of State for the Middle East, North Africa, South Asia and UN at the Foreign Commonwealth and Development Office in London on Monday. During the meeting, which was attended by the Kingdom's ambassador to the UK Prince Khalid bin Bandal Al Khoureji and Tariq Ahmad of Wimbledon, reviewed bilateral relations and ways of enhancing and developing them in various fields. They also discussed important regional and international issues of common concern and efforts exerted with regards to them. Saudi Arabia announces execution of 5 men convicted over deadly attack on a house of worship. Saudi Arabia on Monday announced the execution of 5 people in the eastern provinces convicted over their part in an attack on a house of worship. The men, 4 Saudis and an Egyptian national, were tried over the incident that took place in Al-Hassa Governorate and left 5 people dead and several other injured. The Egyptian had been found guilty of targeting a house of worship, shooting at security guards, attempting to blow himself up, and belonging to a terrorist organization, the Saudi presidency reported. 3 of the other 4 men were convicted of belonging to the organization and helping the Egyptian plan for execute the attack. The 4th was found guilty of belonging to the same terror group, failing to inform the authorities about the operation and inciting another of the men to join the organization. The execution were announced by the Saudi Ministry of Interior. Supermoon expected to sparkle Saudi skies. The supermoon will be sighted on Monday in Saudi sky for the first time this year, according to the Saudi presidency. Arab nations and OIC lead condemnation of West Bank violence. Israel has been criticized after it used drones to strike targets in a militant stronghold in the occupied West Bank early Monday and deployed hundreds of troops in the incursion that resembled the broad attacks carried out and during the second Palestinian uprising 2 decades ago. Troops remained inside the Jenin refugee camp on Monday, pushing ahead with the largest operation in the area during more than a year of fighting. It came amid growing domestic pressures for a tough response to a series of attacks on Israel settlers, including a shooting attack last month that killed 4 Israelis. Palestinian health officials said at least 8 Palestinians were killed and 50 wounded and some critical. United Kingdom allocates $14.7 million to Rohingya refugee disaster affected communities in Bangladesh. The UK is providing $14.7 million in humanitarian aid to Rohingya refugee and disaster-affected communities in Bangladesh. The new finance package includes £8 million to provide food to 546,000 Rohingya refugees and £2 million to provide water, sanitation and hygiene service to 46,000 Rohingya refugees as well as child protection service to 5,700 refugees and host communities. In addition, £1.6 million will go towards provide humanitarian support to people affected by disasters across Bangladesh over the next 2 years if they occur. British High Commissioner to Bangladesh Sarah Cook announced the UK support during a visit to Cox's Bazar. The UK stands with Rohingya refugees and all communities affected by disaster across Bangladesh, Cook said. Pakistan inflation eases for the first time in 7 months. Pakistan's headlines inflation is for the first time in 7 months in June. Figures shows a bright spot for a beleaguered government that must call an election this year. Year-on-year inflation was 29.4% last month, Pakistan Bureau of Statistics data showed on Monday, compared with record 38% in May. Indian state Maharashtra event has strengthened our resolve to fight the BJP, says opposition next meet to be held on July 17 and 18. A day after the vertical split in the Nationalist Congress Party in Maharashtra, the Congress on Monday announced that the next opposition meet would take place in Bengaluru on July 17 and 18. The announcement was meant to convey that the opposition parties would not be deterred by the developments in Maharashtra and it had only strengthened their resolve to come together. Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi meets Council of Ministers speak vision of 2047. Addressing his Council of Ministers amid swelling speculation of an imminent cabinet reshuffle, Prime Minister Narendra Modi spoke of the road to 2047, the year India would mark the centenary of independence, and asked his colleagues to keep the focus in infrastructure development and its impact. The meeting was held at the new convention center built in Pragati Maidan ahead of the G20 meeting to be hosted there under India's presidentship, and Prime Minister Modi also spoke at length about the issue that will be presented before the international grouping when they met in New Delhi. Issues like cryptocurrency regulation, public funding of digital infrastructure, something that became an urgent requirement when the pandemic-induced lockdowns happened between 2020 to 2022 and where India has much to show the world, were also spoken by the Prime Minister Modi, said a minister present at the meeting. China seeks to expand cooperation with Russian Navy. China Defense Minister said on Monday he hoped to expand naval cooperation with Russia in the highest level public talks between military officials from the two countries since a failed mutiny in Russia last month. Li Shengfu spoke in Beijing with Nikolai ahead of the Russian Navy and said he hoped both countries could strengthen communication at all levels, according to a readout from the Chinese Defense Ministry. Friendship on PUBG, Pakistani women going to India with 4 children arrested. A Pakistani woman who went to India after befriending an Indian citizen through popular video game PUBG has been arrested. According to the Press Trust of India, a Pakistani woman and her 4 children living illegally in the Indian city of Greater Noida have been arrested. A Pakistani woman and her 4 children were staying illegally in Greater Noida, officially said on Monday. She was allegedly given shelter by a local man whom the Pakistani woman met through the online video game PUBG. The police have also arrested the local man who sheltered the Pakistani women. Greater Noida Deputy Police Commissioner Saad Mia Khan said that the Pakistani women and a local man have been arrested. The women's 4 children are also with the police. A Pakistani woman between the age of 20 and 30 befriended an Indian man through the game of PUBG. The Deputy Commissioner says that both the accused are being investigated now. The rest of the details will be revealed after the investigation. Saudi Arabia oil production cuts of 1 million barrels per day will continue until August. The Saudi Minister of Energy has announced a 1-month extension of the voluntary cut in oil production of 1 million barrels per day. Production will continue to decline till the end of August. According to the official news agency SPA, the official of the Ministry of Energy said in a statement that the Saudi Arabia will continue the voluntary reduction of 1 million barrels per day in oil production for another month. Further reduction may extend further. That's all in today's headlines. Thanks for watching. If you want to receive more important headlines around the world, keep watching T10 Info TV SK channel by subscribing and hit the bell icon to receive notification.